Welcome to The Art of Being Unstoppable, the podcast where we will go beyond the ordinary and embrace the extraordinary. Be part of down-to-earth, no BS conversations where we will explore hot topics on love and money, relationships and business, beauty, and who we get to be with all that shit in between. With our insights and your actions, let's be unstoppable together. Let's go.
Welcome back to another episode of The Art of Being Unstoppable. Thank you for being here with us today. How are you today, Tina?
You know, it's been kind of an interesting week, and I don't know about you, but when you learn something and then you start seeing it unfold and you see evidence everywhere. I had a really crazy kind of experience last week and it's unfolding this week. So I thought, you know, maybe this might be a good topic for our podcast. And basically, when you have a breakthrough, when you uncover something or you see something and then you see the silver lining, it's almost like the thread just gets ripped and you can see it ripping. So this is what happened, Vicky. Last week I had, like I always say, you don't have a shit day. You have a shit moment that you turn into a shit day.
Yes,
So
I
I'm
agree.
always very mindful of that. But I woke up and I had this feeling that I just couldn't shake. And then something else happened. And that it was almost like, okay, it was a series of shit moments after shit moments that led up to, okay, you know what? This is just a write-off day. But really, what I realized is that I wasn't honoring my boundaries. I wasn't honoring my time. I was creating 15-minute calls that were turning into hour calls. And then I was leaving with this feeling of resentment, bitterness, like they're taking advantage of my time. And I was giving away my power, but it was almost like, oh, it's out there with them. It's their fault that they're doing this. And I was seeing that, no, it's never out there, even though it looks like it's out there. But this happened over and over and over again for me to see, okay, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Is an opportunity for me to see with velocity that I'm struggling with boundaries, being kind, being nice. And so I realized, you know, when we wake up in the morning, we literally have enough energy to sustain us for the day.
Yep.
What we do is we give our energy to time, people, situations that don't actually, they're not open to receive it. And then we are left depleted. So I don't know if this makes any sense to you, Vicky, or if you can relate.
It actually does. It's funny. I was thinking today about that. And I was thinking, I read this book. I don't know if anybody's familiar with Melody Beattie, but I love Melody Beattie. And this is an old book. I've had it for probably 28 years, I would say. And it's a daily, she travels all over the United States and she writes a little something about everything, everywhere she stops. And it's about journeying back to your heart, to you. And when you had said, you know, your boundaries and it's always over there with them, you know, and really when it isn't, it's always here with us and it's a mirror, right? So what are we giving away? We're giving away our power, but you know what? No one can take our power. Hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yep.
So how much of that did you miss?
Just like nobody can take away your power. We give it away.
Yeah, we give our power away because, you know, it's ours. It is within us. It's an illusion that someone else is taking our power away. And when I read that, you know, I've been going through this little bit of a roller coaster ride in the last few months, but it's really started to hit me in the last couple of weeks. And, you know, you and I both know that when we coach other people, when we talk to other people, or even for an example, okay, we're on a girls' weekend and every single person has something going on in their lives in that girls' weekend. So we're all brought together at that time and everyone has something going on and everything kind of is similar. It could be different, but it's all similar. It mirrors each other. And when I was thinking about that, I had a client the other day and I was talking to her and what she was saying to me, I was like, oh my goodness, this is my life right now. What you're saying to me is exactly what's going on in my life. We're so easy to give someone else the advice, so easy to support other people in what they're doing. Just like you on your call, you're supporting that person. But at the end of that call, what did you give away? You gave away 45 minutes of your time that that's your boundary. It's a 15-minute call for a reason. So when you stay on that call for that hour, that's giving someone else your time. That 45 minutes of your time that you can't get back.
Okay, this is
And again,
crazy. This
oh,
is
sorry, go
crazy.
ahead.
This is crazy, right? Because people think, okay, I gave 45 minutes of my time. I think, well, I'm giving to them, you know,
Yep,
but really, my giving is becoming receiving. I'm actually getting something by not honoring my time. I'm
yep.
getting to feel comfortable because I get to feel important. I get to feel like I'm contributing. But that's not actually coming from a
Mm-mm.
giving place is, hey, listen, we got 15 minutes. Let's be intentional with our time. How can I best serve you in that 15 minutes? Hey, I have a few extra minutes. Do you have time? I would love to give you more time. That is not me needing something. By me staying on, am I justifying? Am I trying to validate myself? Am I trying to prove my worth? Am I trying to get them to say yes to working with me? Like, is it really giving at that point? No, it's not. And it's
Mm-mm.
easy for us to like think, oh, but I am just giving. No. And then what's the experience after? I'm taken advantage of. People don't care about me. They don't care. No, I don't care about me and my time. And
You have now put it over there with them that you chose to give them the 45 minutes extra, but it's now not on you anymore. It's over there with them.
yeah. And this is the thing. Once we see this, okay, there's nothing wrong. I have
No,
a powerful reframe that I've been practicing. Now, guys, you know me. I'm a little woo, a little type A. Okay. And I've gotten some backlash. Like, don't bring the woo into, but I don't care. I am. But I,
Tina, before you go on with the woo, and I want to share this for just 1 second, you know, what is wrong with it? You are going through your personal journey. You are going through I am going through mine. You are going through yours. Our listeners are all going through their own journey. What you do and what I do isn't right or wrong. It's just how we're going through our life. This is our journey and your choice to do it the way you choose to do it. If people choose not to listen, that's okay. Because you know what? Those who don't listen aren't supposed to listen. Those that do are supposed to. So I don't, and I might be ruffling some feathers here, but it isn't about anybody. It's about how we see what we see and how we can share it and support others with that. And if you agree, you agree. And if you don't, you don't. That's okay.
yeah, I said, hey, like, try it on. You know, what I'm going to say is a
That's
little,
right.
little type A. But when I forget what I was even going to say.
I'm so sorry I interrupted you.
It was so good. It was along the lines of, when the giving becomes receiving and we're, on these calls and stuff like that. So how I reframed that, right? What I saw for myself, I saw it clearly because it was like call after call after call. Then I had a potential client come on the call with me and she's like, hey, are you open to feedback? You've given me so much. I want to give back to you. And I was just like, I felt like, whatever you believe in, God, source, creator, is sending us people, situations, circumstances to help us see. It's the mirror that
Hmm.
we were talking about. So I started looking at it like this. The only thing that truly exists that's real is me and my connection to the creator. Every other situation, person, experience is coming to help me elevate my soul. Everything. This call
Yeah.
right now, this podcast, us talking about the synergies, us talking about what we're talking about. We don't know who's listening right now that will say, oh my gosh, I give and give and give. And I know that it's because I had a traumatic childhood and I feel like I
Hmm.
need to be validated. And we don't know what our words, we might be a vessel to share something where we're somebody's, we're in their virtual reality world. The creator's trying to help them expand and put them on this podcast, not as a
Yep.
coincidence, to hear something. But I started really seeing if the only thing that's really true and real is me and my connection to the creator, and everything that's coming into my reality is to help me elevate my soul,
Hmm.
I don't have anything to fear because if I can see everything's part of my process, whether somebody says yes to working with me or no, or I do something really stupid, and it's all perfect. It's all part of the process. It's all part of the journey. And so now what I'm actively practicing every day is just seeing my experience of life and the people coming in. What am I supposed to learn from them? What am I supposed to see for
Hmm.
myself in my coaching calls, in the situations? And so now instead of like, oh, what's wrong and running
Hmm.
on autopilot, or I'm just like, okay, slow down. What am I supposed to see? What am I supposed to get? Who am I supposed to be? That's it. So when,
Yeah.
situations come up where they're scary or fearful, I'm like, no, it's coming from the creator. How can I fear that? I don't have to
Hmm.
fear things that are meant for me. I'm either going
Yeah.
to grow, learn, or I'm going to, I don't know. That's it. I'm going
Yeah.
to grow or
And
learn.
it is, and when you said that, it's all about who you get to be, Tina. And when I first met you, and this is crazy, but I didn't understand that. What do you mean who I get to be? And we say be unstoppable. And in our title, it's be, capital B-E and a U. Be you. Be who you get to be. And when you taught me, like you taught me that because I didn't know what that meant. I didn't understand that. Who do I get to be? Well, I'm a mom, I'm a daughter, I'm a wife, I'm a this, I'm a that, I'm a do, 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 do. That's who I am. No, who do you get to be when you're being that person? Who do you want to be? And I never got that before.
Mm-hmm.
And you just put that into like, you reframed that into a way that we get to understand that it's a choice for me. It's a choice on who I get to be. And if something comes along, I get to choose how I handle that. I get to choose how I respond to that. So if that on that 15-minute call, I get to say from the beginning, this is a 15-minute call, let's be intentional,
And who would that
right?
see? And that person is assertive, confident,
That's right.
honors myself, my time. If I'm being confident and powerful, I'm going to frame it and I'm going to show
Yeah.
up that way. Now, I'm tired. If I'm being tired, I'm being like nonchalant. You go over time and you're like, oh, same situation. The
Yeah.
be, do, have. Start
Yeah.
with who you're being, confident. Then you'll do what a confident person does. Frame the call, I mean, not just in
Yeah.
sales or whatever, but
But in anything.
okay, now I have time because this is the other thing. If we're always like, I never have time, I never have time, it's like, okay,
Mhm.
where are you putting your time? Like, if you want to get things done, ask a busy person because they're very intentional with their time. They're like, I don't have time to get on a call for 45 minutes for somebody who has no intention to ever making any changes in their life. And that's
Yeah.
the thing about giving your time and your energy away. We give it away too freely to people
Yes.
that are takers. They just want to take because they
Yeah.
they haven't generated their energy. They give their time and energy away. So they're looking to like, I need this from you. I need to grab, I need to grab. We're always giving energy or we're taking energy. Every interaction. Right now,
Yeah.
if I waffle on too long, I'm taking your energy. If I go off on tangents, I'm taking your energy. I'm not giving. And so it's this
Yeah.
balancing act of giving and receiving. It's
Mhm.
masculine energy, feminine energy. Masculine energy is giving energy, feminine energy is receiving energy. We could have a whole other podcast episode about this.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We could. But
Oh.
it's so true, and I guess we started this about power and not allowing anyone to take our power. But when we reframe that into saying, no one can take your power, it's yours.
Yeah, it's like, give me your power. Give it to
Yeah,
me. Like, here, give me your power. What does that mean? I can't, how does anybody take it? No, it's a story. It's,
it is. But you can stand in your power.
yeah.
You can feel defeated. You can feel down. You can feel all those feelings, but allow yourself to feel them and then come up and ask yourself again, who do you want to be? And if I am going to be powerful, confident, determined, and that's what I'm going to be, then guess what? I'm going to stand in that and I'm going to be that person. I'm not going to bury my head in the sand. And I know this is hard because I live it every day. You live it every day. It's not an easy thing. But when we can reframe that about giving power, No, I'm standing in my power. And I am a powerful human being. I get to choose what's right for me.
And I think looking for where is there a loss of power? And that's the first place to, like, if we were to break this down in like a sequential, okay, if you feel like something doesn't feel right, or you're giving your power away, or it's okay, where do I feel a loss of power? With my relationships, in my health, in my business, not communicating. Okay, look there. Then you ask yourself, okay, so what am I afraid of when it comes
Mhm.
to my health, my relationship, my business? If I were to stand in my power, what am I afraid of? What am I afraid might happen? If I'm having a breakdown in with my business partnership, and I'm like, okay, where's there a loss of power? Well, I'm
Yeah,
not communicating. I'm sitting on the sidelines. I'm waiting for somebody else to get results. Okay, so what am I afraid of? If I were to communicate and say, well, then they might leave me, or I might, all of this stuff. And it's like, okay, so is that actually happening right now? Or is that a fear coming from way back in the past of
yeah,
being
yeah,
abandoned, of being left? So it's like always, and when you're in this space and you are really willing to look inside, these questions are going to help you see the virtual reality world that we're living in is a construct. It's made up based on, I felt like I was abandoned when I was young. I don't want to feel that way again. So I'm going to be this person who does this, this, and this so nobody leaves again. And then you're like,
yeah,
okay, wait a minute. This is the loss of power. I'm so afraid of people leaving that I'm giving up who I am to keep people around that probably shouldn't be around in the first place. But then what do I do now that I see it? What do I do? And yeah, this takes some courage. But if you realize that the only thing that's real is you and your connection to a higher source, everything else is put on your path to teach you a lesson, and you can see you can't mess it up. Like
yeah.
nothing is wrong. You're not going to
No,
die if you have a
no.
conversation. You're not going to die if you, I don't know, get separated,
Don't get the job.
don't get the job.
Or,
If you lose
yeah,
the job, you're not going to die.
that's, and everything seems like the end of the world at that very moment. But when you stop and you really look within, it's all figure outable.
Yeah, it's so true. Oh, man.
Well, I hope you guys got something from this episode because, Tina and I like to talk about things that are a little bit off you know, a little bit controversial, so to speak, because people want to know things and people are afraid to ask. And I hope that you got something from this today from us. Till next time, have a beautiful day and we'll see you again.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Well, friends, that is the end of our episode today. If you love this episode, hit the subscribe button so you never miss another episode. And please share us with your friends and tag us on your socials at The Art of Being Unstoppable. So for today, have yourself a beautiful day and let's be unstoppable together. See you next time.